'cause I refuse to be blue.
I told you every single time, don't you worry. You would always call me at the wrong time, so you can know what I was up to. Oh, don't you get that it's just stupid? Hey, just hear me out. It's been a while since we were good, so why we bragging now when we've been doing everything we could? I don't wanna feel so lonely tonight. Every time we spend time, I wanna do this for the last time. I don't need it, no, I don't need it, no, don't need.
So my day has been a quiet one, like I was just meditating to get rid of some negative energies. Somehow I've been trying to get some stuffs out of my head. I needed a fresh start. A fresh start. Oops. Okay, so how's it going? Are you still locked in? Anyway, we've got to present with life. That is the most important thing. You know, sometimes the past comes knocking just to check on you. That's it. You open the door for it because sometimes it just comes natural. We are all children of the past. I know that. I have had my own share of disagreements in my relationships, and I can tell you that is part of what makes a relationship go around. But really, there are some things you can do to minimize your disagreements and help work out your differences. I want to talk about how you can minimize the differences in your relationships. Remember that you can catch up missed episodes on Castbox, Podcast Addict, Listen Notes, Podchaser. Just search for Life Well Lived by Omobola Steven, and here you go. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Omobola Steven. Now let's dive in. I'll be right back.
I was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze, in the face of defeat, yeah. I was ruled out with no bailout, on my own, all alone, left to bleed out. But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound. All the odds were against me, so I picked up the pace, and now I'm in the race. Give me some space. I'm a move.
Your number one is for you to avoid assumptions. Assumptions really have been known to destroy an otherwise good relationship. When you have doubts about your partner's intentions, give him or her the benefit of the doubt and allow the situation to become clearer. Better still, you can ask him or her in a peaceful, loving manner. How about that? Next up, we'll look at avoiding referring to the past. This is very common. I know that because I'm a victim. Do not be like the archaeologist that lives by digging up the past. This is certain to trigger conflict. I know that, and it's very important for you to watch out. Every human being has the aspect of his or her past that is undesirable, and if your partner has shared his or hers with you, this is an act of love and trust. You do well not to revisit such incidents or keep referring to past mistakes. It's not good at all. Let the dead remain dead, always remembering that there is to be a living before a cleaving in your relationships. So if you want to have a beautiful marriage or relationship ahead, you need to understand that you need to leave the past before you cling to the present. If you cannot leave the past alone, you may not be able to cleave to your spouse successfully. Think about that. Aim at resolving, not winning. You should always, or you should not see your partner as a separate person. The two of you are supposed to be one. One. If you understand this, then the competitive stance in arguments will be avoided. Have you ever struggled to beat yourself or push yourself aside? Besides, if you win an argument with your partner, to whom will you tell the victory story? You do not deserve a handshake. You do not deserve a handshake, as you have just shot yourself at the leg. Let the chief aim in any argument with your partner be on how to resolve the matter. Avoid concentrating on winning, for this will only create further strife and resentment between the both of you, and you don't want that at all. So, let's look at making time to talk. That's very important. That's communication. Open communication. Now, leaving issues unresolved in your relationship will soon lead to a build-up that could be explosive, so you need to watch out. Make time to always talk with your partner. Make time. See what has been bugging him or her and nip the matter in the bud immediately or when necessary. If you are too busy to spare time for quality communication with your spouse, you will soon have all the time in the world with nobody to share it with, and you don't want it at all. When he or she gets frustrated with your presence, so you need to watch out again. I'll be right back.
Somebody ought to come along and let you down, so you could see my side and how it feels to hit the ground. How can you say that nothing's different, that we should pick up the pieces? Somebody ought to come along and let you down. If you still wanted to be loved, you should have never let me go. Hope somebody will break your heart and leave you crying on the floor. You let me down, I won't do this all again. Even if I try, I can't forget it. If you still wanted to be loved, you should have never let me go.
Indeed. So, let's look at willing to make up. Always be willing to make up no matter who is it for or what caused the disagreement. Show this by your attitude towards your partner, so you know how to do that. Some people's face becomes tightened when there's a misunderstanding in the house or in the relationship, and thereby this puts strain in the relationship. This is absolutely wrong. Even in trouble situations, be the peacemaker at all times. Still call your partner by his or her pet name and talk to him or her with kind words. What you have is a misunderstanding, I beg your pardon, not war. Misunderstanding, not war. So if you treat it like a war, then that is real conflict and not the unresolved issue. You need to watch it. Do not act or speak when you're angry. Whoops, I love this. You've probably heard people say that if you speak when you're angry, you will make the best speech you will ever regret. I have heard that a lot of times. Saying things out of annoyance could spark off conflicts, and this has the potential of creating a situation worse than what triggered your anger in the first place. I'm sure, and you will agree with me, that when I say this is tantamount to killing a fly with a sledgehammer. When you're angry, your feelings have probably been hurt in some way. I know that. But do you have to go on a vindictive campaign in order to communicate your heart? You don't need to do that. You need to take time to call off and say something nice to your partner. I know it's not easy, but you just have to do this. Do not take advantage of your partner's vulnerability. Your partner can afford to be vulnerable in your presence if he or she trusts you. However, if you attack him or her with the things you know when you need to make a selfish point or gain an upper hand in an argument or conversation, you are cutting the system for yourself. Conflicts can erupt in this manner or in this way if you're not careful. So if your partner cannot be vulnerable in your presence, then your relationship is not worth the time of the day. Go ahead and be the man or woman who is loving and considerate towards the partner. Sure, you will. That's the promise, right? You know what? I'm going to continue on this important talk show next time. So hang around and don't leave me soon. You can catch up Miss episodes on iTunes, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Spotify, and on my blog site, youmattertolife.com. Perhaps a Facebook page will do, Blue Buttons Communications Network. Catch you some other time. Stay safe and be good. Peace, y'all.
Posting pictures on the gram so other people know that we're more than friends. And ever since you came around, I've never been sober, always in my head. Met you at a time when